Do you feel like you're not in control of your life? Like life is just passing you by? If those things resonate, you're not alone. Many people, if not most people, will experience those things at least one time in their life. They find themselves in a place where they're living in autopilot. And in this one, I'm going to talk about some very clear things we can do to start taking back our life. The first thing that you're going to do if you're living life on autopilot, and you've clicked on this episode or video, which means hopefully you want to do something about it, even if that means thinking differently, is this. I want you to reflect on your goals and your values. Ask yourself this. What are my goals right now? Financial goals, fitness goals, relationship goals. One thing that people do is they don't set goals. Why? If I don't have a goal, I can never fail. I don't have a fitness goal. That means no matter how much weight I lose or gain or go to the gym or don't go to the gym, I never fail because I've never set a goal to begin with. But if you set a goal, failure becomes crystal clear, and that's what we want to happen. We want to see ourselves fail because if we fail, then we can nudge ourselves in the right direction. The second thing that we want to do is we want to reflect on our values. What do we value in life? When talking to a psychologist, she said, Daniel, we can tell people they should exercise and sleep better and eat better, but really, we have to look at what they value. And if someone doesn't value exercise, they're just not going to do it. So I want you to look at your life and think about the things that you value, and you don't have to think about it so largely. One of the things that means most to a very close friend of mine is that first cup of coffee in the morning and 5 or 10 minutes of reading his favorite book. That's what brings my friend an immense amount of value. It doesn't have to be this giant, big, abstract thing. Think small. It could be spending time with your mother, your girlfriend, spending time in nature, that cup of coffee in the morning, video games, Netflix. What do you value in life? And if you start spending more time in the things that you value, it'll increase your quality of life, or so some studies suggest. So if you're living on autopilot, chances are you're not actively working towards a goal. You're not trying to progress to something. Why? Progression doesn't happen on accident. Moving towards a goal doesn't just happen. We actively take small steps every day to get there. So my first question is, what are goals that you have? And if you have goals, awesome. Be specific about where you are and how you plan to achieve them. And if you don't have goals, even better. It's time to make some. All right? So reflect on your values and goals. Try new things. When you're in autopilot mode, chances are things have gotten boring. Things have gotten mundane. You're so used to routine that you're absolutely sick of it. Maybe you wake up and you eat the same cereal that you eat every day. And then you go to university or college. And then you come home and then do schoolwork. And then you finish with Netflix. And you're thinking, is this all life is? Well, of course it's boring. What is something you could do that makes you uncomfortable? What is something exciting, something fun, something new? Is there a new cafe you can visit? Is there a new club you can join? Is there an activity that you've always wanted to try but have never tried? Maybe you can hit up one of your good friends and say, hey, let's go try and play some table tennis. Let's go play tennis. Let's go bouldering. Let's go rock climbing. Let's play mini golf. Let's go play laser tag like we used to do when we were kids. Let's go clubbing, whatever it may be. If we can introduce something new that you didn't used to do, I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to start reading a book at night. I'm going to change my morning routine. Something that can take you out of the mundane, that can take you out of every day is blurring into the same day. What's something that can make it fun or cool? It could be as little as, rather than studying and doing homework at home, I'm going to go to the local coffee shop. And if I do a really good job, I'm going to buy myself a drink and a dessert. It could be something so incrementally small, such as that. Or if you love to swim in the summertime, if weather permits it, rather than going to a swimming pool, I'm going to go to a lake. I'm going to swim in the ocean. I'm going to start taking cold showers. You name it. Just something new, something different that can bring you out of the sensation of, I'm in autopilot mode. Now, let me ask you something. Why do you get out of bed? Why? To do what? It's really, really important that we have something worth getting out of bed for. Something, anything. I can't tell you the amount of stories that I heard where someone was slacking off in their life, and then they meet a guy or a girl. They start dating. They become intimate partners. And what was really fascinating is they've always had a trouble changing their life for themselves. But the moment they started dating, something flipped and they said, I need to better myself for them because they deserve better. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard about parents, new parents, moms and dads saying, I'm really going to step it up now because this is bigger than me. And now I need to be at my best so I can provide for him or her. And the moment that switch happens, it's so cool. I've seen it multiple times. People, they find something worth striving for. You know, you pick a tall mountain and then you climb the son of a gun. You got to make sure it's not too tall so you don't get, what do they call it? Paralysis by analysis, so you don't look at it and go, oh my God, this is too big. You got to make sure it's not too small so you don't get anything out of it. But to a degree, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. The longer and harder the journey, the better the peak at the top of the mountain. So choose your obstacles wisely. And as you begin to overcome them, watch what happens to your identity. Watch what happens to you when you engage in behaviors over and over and over again. And then you find things worth living for. You find things to strive towards. You see yourself improving. And folks, getting to the mountaintop is actually not the point, but it's progression towards the mountaintop, which brings you out of autopilot mode. That's really important. I want to nail this home. Whether you get to the top isn't as important necessarily as progression itself. And as long as you're moving upwards, as long as your trajectory is going in the direction that you want to go, that's all that matters. The last thing that is really important to bring ourselves out of autopilot mode is surrounding ourselves with people who want the best for us. Surrounding ourselves with people who are really living life. Like they're truly living. It's not just go to work and pay your taxes, Netflix, and sleep. Like they're really living. They go kayaking and they travel and they do date nights with their partners and they go to salsa club dancing twice a week. And what happens is when we spend time with these individuals, it rubs off on us. And then we get to work on going out. And then maybe they nudge us and they say, hey, come over to salsa dancing. Have you tried it? You might like it. So when we surround ourselves with people that are really living their lives, it's going to be a great influence to push us out the door and to want to join them. This goes back to the earlier thing of, trying new things. The easiest way to try something new is look at what the people around you are doing. And if Billy is going fishing and you've always wanted to try, hit him up. It's a great way to go fishing and you've got a free tour guide and they're probably not even going to charge you. And you're going to have some jokes and laughs along the way. So if we want to come out of autopilot mode, surrounding yourself with those people that are doing things that you want to do is the best way to go about it. Rather than isolation, regular mundane routine, and watching Netflix all day long. So, if you've made it to this far, thank you very much for listening, everybody. I appreciate everybody. If you want to see more of this stuff, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. Take care, everybody, and stay safe. Bye-bye.